Hi guys, today I'm going to be focusing on a beginner's pull-up workout. I know this will be quite niche and maybe only of interest to one or two people, but it was a request for a video that came in. Thank you, Colin. And I will go through a set of 4 exercises that I think anyone can show up and do, even if it's their first time on a pull-up bar. That's not meaning necessarily that you're going to do a pull-up, but it's 4 of the beginner foundational exercises that you can use to build the strength in your upper body and core to enable you to work towards your first pull-up. So before we start, the first thing I'm going to talk a little bit about is equipment. I bought this portable pull-up bar from Gravity Fitness for £90. It's a good option if you want to be able to train outside or indoors, depending on what space you've got available. I'm in the garage here just now, so I've got quite a bit of room. But that's not the case for everyone, so you can dismantle it, take it anywhere you want. It's quite handy and not so expensive at £90. Above me is a more traditional wall-affixed pull-up bar. This cost me £15 second hand, and I would say it's great apart from my DIY skills. If anyone knows a man that can come fix that for me, that's great. It keeps falling out when I do it. But usually, as long as you get the right person to do it, they're no problem. The other option is the door frame-based pull-up bar. Those are quite cheap, maybe about like 25, maybe £25 maximum. I personally wouldn't use those ones. I'm 17 stone and I just don't trust it. I know it's got a weight limit on it, but I'm usually right on the weight limit. So if you're nice and light, 60, 70, 80 kilos, I don't see why that would be a problem for you if you want to get that option too. Okay, before we go anywhere, before we start thinking about any pull-up exercises, we're just going to do a stretch that works on your shoulder and your lat muscles. Now I'm going to use my smaller pull-up bar for this, but if your pull-up bar is high up, it's not going to work for you. So you can use a door frame, a door handle, something where you can get sort of your hand just around it or above head height. I'm going to do this on the door frame just here. And so what I'm going to do, I'm holding the top, the arm I want to stretch is this one, and I'm going to twist myself away from the pull-up bar. So I'm getting a stretch all the way down my lat muscle, which is the back muscle here, the big wide one at the side, and through my shoulder and my chest. So the more I can twist and pull that away, the more effective it will be. I'll do the same on the other side here. Do the same thing. Just get myself into a position. It looks silly, I know, but we're just gonna, and I'm pushing away with this arm here. You can do the same from your door frame. Nice long stretch down my lat muscle, through my chest and my shoulder. All right, give that a shake off. Next one we're going to do is a more dynamic movement, okay? This is simply a pull-up hang. So we're getting a full stretch through the shoulder and we're going to be at full extension in the arms and shoulders. So all the way at the top there, you'll see my head just disappear into my body because my shoulders have got quite good movement up that way after 5 years of pull-ups. You'll see on the ground that I'm having to tuck my feet. I'm going to tuck my feet forward for this exercise. Hopefully your pull-up bar is high enough and you can just let your feet hang the way they should be. And you'll see mine tuck to the front. So I'm letting my arms and shoulders drop full. And I'm just going to hold myself up and just let myself sit here for 10 seconds. You will feel this all the way through your shoulders and chest, and it's really hard for me to talk, so I'm going to shut up. Okay, so I didn't want to hold that on too long, so I couldn't talk whilst I was doing it. That's a really, really good starting position. When I do the exercise at the end, I'll do that one for around 10 seconds, and that's my sort of starting position of getting you've got a whole chain of muscles here from your wrist, down through your forearm, tricep, shoulder, lats, trapezius muscle. All of these muscles need to get used to what's going to come in the pull-up, so that's a great first exercise. The next one builds on that, and I call it a lat pull-up because I'm only going to pull from my lat muscles. You can see as I'm moving up and down here, my arms, I'm trying my best not to move them. I'm just going to try pull with my lats. Again, I'm going to tuck my feet forwards. I'm not going to talk whilst I do it. I'll do a few of these just here. Okay, I couldn't talk whilst I was doing that. So as I'm pulling these, I'm really trying to pull from these lat muscles, trying to let them do the work. And again, you can do that in a set of 5 or 10. Anything you want to get used to it. You're going to need every bit of strength from this whole chain here, all the way from your fingertips, all the way down, okay? Now for the third exercise, I'm going to need a bit of a shuffle around in the room before I can do it. So if you just give me a second, I'll be right back. For exercise number 3, We're going to do something that has a few different names. I'm going to call it an Australian push-up. Now, no offense to Australia, but it's called that because you're doing a push-up upside down. So it's a pull-up, but your body's in push-up shape. Okay, so I've got these wooden training rings. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy these. There's different ways to do this exercise that I'll be able to show you in just a second, but for now, I'll choose mine. So I'm coming down, holding a push-up shape just here. I can pull up, whether it's a bar or rings that I'm pulling towards. And for some of you, that might be the first pull-up move that you actually go ahead and do. So because your feet are on the floor, it's taking weight away from the pulling action. So imagine doing like a seated row in the gym. This is no different, it's the same pulling motion, okay? Now, like I said, I was gonna show you a different way to do this exercise. So I've taken my portable pull-up bar and I've flipped it onto its side. And I'm gonna do that same exercise using a flat bar. You can find this, you can buy dip bars that have this sort of thing, or you can find it at a local park when we're allowed to go back to them. So it's the same thing, hands flat, and we're pulling up towards the bar. And just like with the pull-up, trying to fully extend the elbows at the bottom and pull as high as we can at the top. For the next exercise, I'm back on the pull-up bar and we're going to do a hanging knee raise. So the theme carries on from the first two exercises. We're hanging on the bar with full extension of our arms. But what we're going to do is lift our knees up towards mid-height, or if you feel you can do it, even higher. So I'll just demonstrate again. You've got to apologize for my feet being really low as they are. So I'm going to tuck my feet behind me this time. Full stretch, and knees together. Lift. You can see I've got a slight tendency to pull my arms, but knee raise. And again. And what we're doing with that exercise is strengthening your shoulder joint. It's handling you performing that knee raise with your arms above your head. So it's a good foundational exercise for your pull-ups. I'm going to do the full set now without any talking or interruptions, so you can watch how it looks. Alright, so hopefully that was useful to you, Colin, and anyone else who has the access to a pull-up bar, something like a pull-up bar, and has a goal of doing one pull-up. That's not the end of my contribution to the start of your pull-up journey. I'll have another routine soon using resistance bands and recreating pulling exercises like seated row and lat pull down. For everyone else who, even if you don't have a goal of doing a pull-up bar, it's really positive to be able to perform these form of strength exercises. So hope you enjoyed it. Give me some feedback, and if you have any other requests about any other exercises, just let me know and I'll get it recorded.